Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here, Orlando, Florida, and for another episode of Unleashed. And joining me all the way from Conway, Arkansas, is Spirit Pupperz. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you could join us, and your scenery is much better than my scenery is here where I am right now. So I'd like to start off learning a little bit of history behind pup name and puphood. So first thing, let's start with your name. Is there any significance to the name Spirit Pupperz?
Um, well, I've always kind of felt myself to be kind of on the spiritual side. I really like to connect with nature. Very much a creature of the woods.
Awesome.
Um, and so I just kind of always felt like I always go back to spirit. I always like reconnect with the divine, the positivity
Mm-hmm.
vibes.
Well, there's nothing better than being outside and connecting with nature. That's just amazing. So, well, what about your puphood? Is there significance between the colors that you have picked? I see it's purple and black.
Um, well, primarily my colors are like a purple and turquoise.
Okay,
Just kind of like a mix. I'm gonna get a different hood soon that's fully custom the way I want it.
nice.
I just spur of the moment went for this one because I wanted something comfortable, and it was I was went to Pup Adventure Weekend in Oklahoma City last weekend,
Uh-huh.
so I was trying to have something improved from what I started out with a couple months ago.
Awesome. Well,
Um, Purple itself kind of symbolizes uh, inspiration and opportunity. Um, Kind of works in with just inspiration and it's just kind of in some cultures it's um, the words uh, a hierarchy, I suppose. And I'm not trying to portray like king or anything,
right.
but it's just a mindfulness, if you will.
Yeah, purple kind of is situated with royalty.
Right, right. That's the word I was. Yep.
Well, how long have you been a pup in the community?
Well, so I'm actually fairly new to it. I realized I wanted to be a pup actually October of last year of 24.
Okay,
Um, I've I didn't actually come out as pansexual until middle of COVID in
okay.
2020. And so I've been kind of on an exploring path for several years. And then I finally got to go to my first Pride event um, last October in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time I got to go to a parade, and I was also in the parade. I was asked to help carry the giant pride flag.
Nice.
And so we were the first ones to go. And then at the end of that parade, we got to turn around and watch everyone else come through. And it was at that point when I saw the local pup group in the parade. I was like, I need to connect with them. Something tells me that's the community I need to be a part of.
Yeah.
And I kind of had already known one of my friends was a pup, but he was never like fully open about it to me per se.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I've always kind of been curious, and I knew about pup play, but I never really got to dive into the headspace.
Okay. All right. So a fairly new pup to the community. In the time that you have been a pup with the community, what have you found has been the easiest part of being in this community?
Um, Being accepted.
Okay.
Um, you know, it's with the way different governments and such are running these days, trying to be able to be yourself and be able to have a alternate persona and just be happy without judgment is
Yeah.
really what's brought me to where I'm at now.
Okay. Well, on the other side of that, what have you found that's been a little more difficult being in the pup community?
Um, Specifically, kind of like being in Arkansas, um, uh, it's not, it's frowned upon. We're considered to be in the Bible Belt,
Yes, yes.
and we're a pretty red state at the moment, and so I can't just go out anywhere like this. I'd
Hmm.
love to be able to feel that. Well, at least not solo. If I was with like 4 or 5 other people, um, I think I could go out just about anywhere and be fine.
Yeah,
Because most people, unless they're in this community, don't know who I actually am. And I like to kind of keep it that way for the
yeah.
most part.
I'm with you.
So in a
Yes.
group setting, I would definitely venture out with other people, but solo, um, there's haters.
Yeah. Well, we
There's haters.
same down here in Florida because we're a red state as well.
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give somebody that's brand new and they like you saw the pups in a parade and they want to get into it? What advice would you give them?
Um, I would say, um, you know, I'm not one to like really want to dive into social media,
Uh-huh.
but that's where I've made all my connections, one
Okay.
way or another. I met 2 pups initially through some social sites, and then that's made new connections other ways, and um, then that got me introduced to Telegram, which seems to be like the main platform for the pup community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spider webbing, especially after my first big event in Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah.
It really kind of opened it up, and now I'm like finding all these other events, and I didn't realize how big of a community it actually is. And there's support everywhere, all over the U.S. and around the world.
Oh yes,
So,
there is. Well, this question that I got is not really associated with the pup community, but it's one I like to find out, where people like to go. So if money were no object and you could travel anywhere in the world you would want to travel to, what would be on the top of your bucket list or where?
well, growing up, um, I was bullied quite a bit. So my family put me into some martial arts for self-defense, and so I learned a lot of like history and stuff from South Korea,
Oh,
where the art of martial arts, Taekwondo, is what I
mm-hmm.
trained in. And so I'd really like to go to South Korea. One of my grandmasters in Taekwondo originated from South Korea, and he did a lot of peace talks between North and South Korea. So he's got so much history there.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
love to go to see the places that I've, through the different forms and the ranks as you go up, you learn a piece of history about each one
Mm-hmm.
and and how they relate to the defense side of things. So I'd love to go back there. Um, that's kind of like one of my number one places. Um, I'd like to go see the Needles of Switzerland. Um, Australia's on my list.
Yep.
Um, I've got a friend that goes down to Colombia all the time. I've been welcome to go down there. I love tropical, and you got the mountains on top of that with sandy beaches.
Yes.
It's just all, um, yeah. So those are kind of the main places. I've never gotten to leave the U.S. at this point. I'm working on getting there, but
You've got a good bucket list to go. So I hope you make every single one of them.
in time.
So if others see you here on Unleashed and they want to reach out to you, how would be the best way to reach you?
You can find me either on Telegram or on Facebook as Spirit Pupperz with a Z. Um, and from there, you'll find other links and stuff of things I'm involved with. Um, I've recently taken over a campground here in
Mhm.
Arkansas. That's where I've been stationary for almost a year now.
Oh wow.
Um, and so we hold different events, and I do have a pup primal pup camping weekend coming up in June. Um,
What's the name of the campground if you want to plug it on here?
um, so we do have a small process to remain a safe LGBTQ community.
Okay.
So the public name is different from our event names,
Okay. All right. We can respect
but
that.
they can look up Camp Barrett, CampBare-IT.
Okay.
Um, and that's a good way to find different events and stuff that we do here at the property.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Spirit Puppers, any last words for us before we get off of here?
I just want to thank you for your time and everything that you do. Um, I'm always looking for new connections.
Yes.
I'm really open minded, and I always provide a safe space, an open ear for anyone that ever needs just a vent. I might not have the right words to give back, but sometimes we just need to let it out. And I'm that safe space, and I just want to extend that out to whoever may find this.
Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on here. I haven't had a lot of pups from Arkansas, but it's always good to have them when they reach out to me wanting to be on it. And I know this won't be the last time you and I probably get to speak.
I hope not.
Well, you have a good day. All right. Enjoy the nature.
Will do. It's love.